Hey guys, Tuxx here, and I got a package in the mail today. This is something which is very cool. It's something which is for my friends at Microsoft. It's video game related. It's something I've been wanting for a long time for my collection, so I'm really excited to get my hands on this, and we're going to open this together. But before I dive into this, I do want to talk about a way of getting free stuff. Everyone loves free stuff, no doubt, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the term beta testing. Okay, this is something which you probably have heard of through like video games lately, or like, oh, beta test this video game, and it's a way of checking out things before and kind of bug fixing and giving them like a real world test of how something runs in the wild out of a controlled environment. And besides fun things like, you know, like video games and things like that, lots of times bigger companies will beta test other software, and it could be something like Windows 10, or it could be something like Office 10, or even like Access, like parts of Office. And Microsoft does this, and there's what's known as, you know, open betas and closed betas. And with the open betas, usually there's no like prize involved. It's usually like maybe a copy of the software or just the right to use it beforehand, you know, for a while. And other times, after you do enough open betas, sometimes your name will get out there in the community. If you're going through, like, you know, giving lots of good feedback to Microsoft or whatever company, and then you'll get invited to the closed betas. And the closed betas actually will give some pretty cool prizes. In the past, I've gotten like computer cameras and stuff like that from Microsoft, you know, or it could be credits to like a Microsoft account, or it could be video game related, you know, or t-shirts or things like that. There's lots of cool little prizing you get for doing the beta testing. So highly recommend checking out, you know, Microsoft's beta testing and other companies too, because you can get some free stuff, you know, and that's great. And this is something which is not from a beta test, but it is from some contacts I made through my beta testing, and is worth checking out. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this little box here. Oops. I've pre-cut this to make it a little bit easier so I can open this without too much hassle. Alright, let's see here. And this is a Xbox 360 faceplate. And my Xbox 360, I collect video games, and I have pretty much all the systems, you know, Xbox One, PS4, all the current gen, older gen systems I have too. But one thing I've always been missing is a cool faceplate for my 360, okay? And this is actually one of the launch team version faceplates. And let me show you this. This is so cool, man. I've always wanted one of these. And this is, it's got cool little monsters. Check out the artwork on here. It says, "Thanks for playing with us." Very nice. And then down here it says, "Launch Team 2005. And I gotta tell you, 360, when this came out, I was so excited about this. I was following 360 for a long time and involved in some other Microsoft betas at the time. And I did have to buy my 360 like everyone else. I didn't get a free one, you know. But God, it was such a fun experience at the time. We actually drove from the Florida Keys up to Miami, because there's no stores down here that would have had them at midnight. So we drove to Miami. We waited in line overnight, and the line actually cut off just a few ahead of us for the like Best Buy closing at midnight. There was police there. It was a huge line. It was a huge big deal. So we waited overnight until they opened at like 7 or 8 in the morning. And if you haven't been involved in like a video game overnight wait, they can be a lot of fun actually. It's cool to actually get in line and, you know, get the products first. And so we waited overnight, got a 360, drove home from Miami, and I was so tired. You know, I was too, even when I got home, I was excited because I had my 360, but then I was so tired that I couldn't even play, you know. But again, I never got a cool faceplate. So the way these work, the newer Xbox 360s are black, but the old ones are white. And this just kind of snaps on. You can see there's some like little snaps here, the buckles. It's made of like a nice quality plastic. And of course the memory cards kind of go in the little slots. And you're probably familiar with 360, I'm sure. And but just check out the artwork. That's such a cool little design on that, man. I love the monsters. This is almost like, it's cooler than Microsoft would just, I don't know who did the art, but this is just really cool. It's got two little monsters, green monsters for 360, playing what looks like little 360s on an old analog TV set, and it's just like a fun little thing. So now my 360 will finally have a cooler faceplate. I'm excited. Alright guys, so I just wanted to share this moment with you and this cool little thing I got. Of course, now I am running a contest right now, the 850 subscriber contest, so you can enter me in the comments and be entered to win. The contest runs through August 15th. Be sure and check out the video for all the rules and regulations. I'll put a little link up here you can check out and learn all about the contest. And also there's some cool game hall videos coming up. We're going to be doing some traveling, going to Miami next week, and then we'll be going to the last week of July. We're going to Texas for some toy hunting and game hauling, and then early in August we'll be going to Fort Lauderdale. So if you have favorite stores, like must-sees in those areas, please let me know. And the Texas, I believe, is Houston, Texas. So if you have a favorite like little arcade or favorite comic book shop or toy shop, let me know for any of those 3 locations, or even an eatery. Some places like, you have to try the barbecue here or something. Let me know, all right? Thank you very much for watching the video today, and we're going to talk to you real soon, okay? Bye-bye.